welcome Solex Nation. We announced something last week about an incentive that we're doing for the month of January. And so we wanted to go ahead and, we're probably going to mention it every week.
I love this incentive because it actually works, right? This tool has proven to work so far. Mm-hmm. It is for every QLA or PC that you enroll during the month of January, you're going to get a 6-pack of Alpha 3 passes. Why do I love that and why is it effective? Well, about a month ago or maybe a little bit longer than that, I went kind of through the numbers of what is the conversion rate of people who accept or who are invited to use the Alpha 3 pass and then convert and actually enroll and get the scanner. What we showed from that set of data was that it actually from month one, you are better than break even. Mm-hmm. You're making money in that process. And so it's a good business tool and it's a good way to share. But you actually talked to somebody.
I did. One of our top leaders actually told me that the numbers that you presented completely lined up with her experience. And she was having about 1 out of 4. She would share with 4 people and 1 would sign up on her team. Yep. So that's wonderful. You know, I think it's nice to be able to experience something before purchasing.
Well, especially the scanner, right? We're working on, and we all are working on effective ways to share what the scanner can do. Mm-hmm. But it really becomes so tangible when somebody can do that on their own phone or on their computer, on their tablet. 3 days
of using it.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And so it's a good tool. So what a way to start the year.
Let's
get things running and rolling. If you earn one of those 6-packs, share them all. Get all of them out there so that you can actually be in this trend of getting those conversions.
That's right. Now, also, I want to mention if you don't know how to share the 6-packs or if you don't know how to access them, we do have videos on our YouTube channel with that information to walk you through that. Okay, on Thursday, tomorrow, we have a really great Zoom call.
Yeah, we haven't done a call like this for golds and above at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. You're going to be invited to a Zoom call where we're just going to present some things for this year. It's not necessarily a training call, but what it is, it's a kind of a forecasting. We're going to get some enthusiasm.
You hear it first.
We're going to introduce some new things to you guys. How are you going to get access to the call? Well, that morning,
an email.
Yeah, that morning. We're also going to put a banner.
We are going to put a banner in your back office with a link to it. You'll also receive an email with the Zoom link. So you'll get it on Thursday morning. If you don't receive that email by 1 or 2 o'clock Mountain Time, give us a call so that we can get you taken care of.
Note to everyone: always check your junk mail, things like that, every once in a while. If you don't have communication flag to receive from corporate, then obviously you won't receive that. Mm-hmm. And so we invite you to go into your back office, maybe ask your upline if you don't know how to do that.
Well, actually, Rebecca McQuilty put
she did.
She showed how to do that. There's a video on our YouTube channel to know how to turn on corporate communications. So look on our YouTube channel. Okay, in March 9th, which is coming right up, we have our virtual Day of Discovery. And that is a pre-recorded Day of Discovery that you can watch starting on March 9th, and it will be open for a week.
Yep.
And you can watch that for the entire week. You can rewatch things and kind of go at your leisure. But we have a fun little idea that we wanted to throw out there.
Well, last year, we had quite a few people do gatherings.
Yes.
And maybe we can show some of those.
Yeah, we'll show you some pictures. But we had some groups get together. We had leaders that called their teams and said, come on over. I know Julie Malili rented a Airbnb, I think, and had her team come and watch. And it's just, what a great way to gather your team together and to join forces and to have that momentum together.
So it's January. This is March. So let's prepare. We want to encourage you to gather together as groups, as teams, as just get as many people together as possible to share in what the Day of Discovery is. Mm-hmm. There's so much that happens when we see each other face to face, and we know that, and that's why we have the live one and the virtual one. So our reach is broad, but it doesn't stop you from getting together. So we have a little contest.
We do. Okay. We always are full of these.
We want to do a contest. So during the Day of Discovery, whether you just gather on one day and get as much of it in as you can, or you do it over a few days, that's fine. But you submit a picture of your gathering, of how many people, and the person or team who submits the biggest gathering. Now we need photographic proof or video proof. We're going to count heads.
We're going to count heads.
Yeah.
So you're going to want someone else to take the picture so you can be in it too.
Yes.
Your head counts. Don't, what if
Take
they
like
go
a massive selfie, right?
Yeah, what
Like
if they
this
go in the
thing.
hallway and say, hey, can you come into this picture? I need a lot of
Hey,
people.
that's fine. As long as they sign up for Solex, you're good, right? But that's what we're going to do. So you'll submit after the day of discovery. We'll have you submit to support@solexllc.com your picture of your gathering. And the team that submits the biggest gathering is going to get a prize from us, from Solex.
Every person in that picture is going to get something.
So then with that said, we'll already put the rules out. We'll remind you of this, but we'll need the names and the email address of everybody in the photo so that we can obviously send them their prize. So that's kind of fun. Start planning now. Plan the date, plan the time, plan the people. Get as many of you together as you can, and you will win from us.
Hey, speaking of building teams, we had ranks break last month, of course, new ranks in December. But we hit kind of a little milestone last month where we had somebody hit Pearl for the very first time.
Yes, first month. Hasn't broken the rank of Pearl.
Hasn't broken the rank,
but hit Pearl.
Hit
reached
Pearl for a month, which means that person had someone under them also reach platinum for the first month. Now, the person that reached platinum is Nadia Lutz.
Yeah, this person's other platinum has been a platinum for a while. Beck McQuilty.
Yes.
So Beck McQuilty, Nadia Lutz.
That means that Tammy Ward has hit Pearl for the first time, and you're the first one to do it. So congratulations.
Congratulations. Now a reminder for everybody. You break a rank when you've hit that new rank three times, 3 months, right? And so on the third month, she's going to break. She's going to be in that new territory.
That's amazing.
So that's so exciting. We're so excited for you. You and Nadia and Beck and everybody else that's working towards new ranks. Well, we have a lot of ranks to show.
Yeah, we have a lot of bronze and silver for December. Yeah, let's show that list.
Well, congratulations to everyone on that list. A lot of ranks breaking in the month of December.
Yes.
December was a surprise. I think we mentioned that last week.
We did.
It was a surprising month. You guys did some amazing work, and we're so excited for 2023. Okay, we did a contest last week.
We did. We wanted to know what is your top resolution for 2023.
Yeah.
And we were going to give you the top pack, which is our Think, our Omega Pro, and our Prime. So we're going to draw 3
and 2 versions of that, methylated and original.
Yes.
So
those with the MTHFR variant.
Very good.
Can do the methylated. Okay, this is Campfire Girl. A closer walk with the Lord. Top resolution I will accomplish. That's a great resolution. Campfire Girl, please give us a call. Let us know your name so we can send you your top
whether
pack.
You want original or methylated. Okay. All right, let me do the middle one. Here we go. I think I got one. Salud y vida con Maria de Los Angeles. That's my best Spanish right there. My top resolution for 2023 is enjoy every minute of my life, be grateful for everything, and be the example of health and love for others. Love you, Solex family. Wonderful. I think it's with Maria in Los Angeles. If this is you, send us your name. Send us whether you want original or methylated. You win. I love that top resolution. Just encompass quite a big macro set of principles in life right there. So
great job. All right, last one. Mixing it up. Got a lot. This is Jennifer Fair. Hope I said that right. My top resolution is to grow my business with Solex to replace my regular income and more. And of course, helping people as much as possible in the process. Oh, you can totally do it. This
love
is your
that,
year.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Love that. If and then she didn't indicate whether it was methylated or not.
No, so will you give us a call too, Jennifer?
Yeah, just let us know.
Well, great. We'll congratulations, all 3 of you, and we'll send those packs out as soon as we know who you are and what you would like us to send.
All right. Top Enrollers.
Top
Now,
Enrollers.
second place, we can't even list second place.
There
We
are
can't
too
even say.
many.
There's so many names for second place, but we will put it on social media and we will put it on the banner that we
Yes.
always put up for Top Enrollers.
Yeah.
But there's so many we
This
take
is
next several
January,
minutes.
January 2nd through the 8th. Yeah, we had
2nd through the 8th.
so many that it would take us too long. So we'll put that
You know
up.
what's cool about
But-
that is like that means that 2nd through the 8th, people like jumped. So many people jumped right into the new year and are like,
I
okay,
bet they were
this is
together
my
with
year
their
for
families.
Solex.
They were together with their families for Christmas, and they were like, "Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the scanner."
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
I love that. But we don't have a tie for first place.
No, we have one first place winner, and that goes to Stephen Keller.
Congratulations, Stephen. Solex Silver Coin coming to you. We've seen your name before. Here it is again.
Yes.
Way to start off the new year, Stephen.
All right, we're gonna go ahead with the rest of our caller with our training, and we haven't done this in a long time, but we have brought Loran in to answer a lot of your questions about the scanner, and so we're excited to hear his answers.
Good.
So we're here today with Loran Swensen. If you are new here, let me just introduce Loran. He is the president of Solex, and he's also the founder of Solex and of AO Scan. The reason we are all here today is because of this man, Loran. So we're very excited when we get to sit down with Loran and ask questions and pick his brain. And we haven't done this in a long time, so I think we need to shake the dust off of you. And yeah, these questions have come from our Solex AO Scan official Facebook page. You have all sent in, well, not all of you, quite a few of you have sent in questions to us there, and we like to gather those together and then ask Loran when we have the chance. So we're gonna hit a few of them today, and then we'll ask more questions of Loran in the coming few weeks. You ready?
You bet.
All right, first one. Where are vitals on body systems being pulled from? I have done a back-to-back vitals and then body systems scan, and I look at my own vitals all the time, but I'm surprised by things that show up on body systems. Some things say chronic, where I don't see them light up at all on vitals.
Okay, that individual has really put some thought into this, and that is really a question I like to answer. So let's go with this. So you're looking at your vitals, and you'll see your numbers 1 through 9. And what she's referring to, she goes into her body systems, I'm assuming, and she's coming up with a report, say it's a respiratory or her digestive or arteries, and things are coming up that say under the vitals category that are an issue. And she'll go back and look at one of those things, and it's a 4 or 5 or a 6. And yet over here on the body system report, it's saying this is a problem. And
So it seems inconsistent.
It seems inconsistent, but it really isn't. So think about it this way. If I just take a look at one individual item, which is what vitals does, it's saying, what is this one thing doing? What is my HDL, or what is my progesterone, or what is my food sensitivity? It's asking, basically, what is that right now in your body? When you go to a body systems report, you're looking at a whole series of things that compose that body system.
Okay.
And so that one item, let's say it's that food sensitivity or it's a vitamin deficiency or something, is going to react different when it's being combined with these other elements of that scan, and saying, these are areas that we need to pay attention to, even though on its own, it's okay, but when it's being pulled in to do the teamwork effort, there's a weakness. And I don't know if that answers your question exactly, but your body system is looking at a matrix of things that come from the vitals, and it's combining how are they working together, and that's where it's going to show a weakness. Whereas if you just do your vitals, you're just getting a snapshot of each one of those items on their own without being affected by anything else.
Do you think sometimes we're getting confused too between frequency and chemistry?
Oh yeah. Okay, and that's great, Shelby. So here's the thing. Remember when we're looking at our scan, we're looking at the frequencies. We're not looking at the physical. Okay, big difference. In fact, I was talking to a doctor the other day that says, the minute the blood comes out of the body, when you're drawing blood, it's no longer in the body, and it's not being affected the same as if the blood was still in the body. And I thought about that for a minute, and that's true. That's a true statement. It's been pulled out, so now it's out on its own. And all we can look at when we measure blood chemistry is how that a little bit of blood is being compared with everything else in the blood, not how the rest of the body was affecting it as it's going through. When we look at chemistry, you're taking that one snapshot in time. When we look at frequency of the same thing, it's always in movement.
Right.
Nothing is sitting still. And so you'll have some people say, well, I just scanned myself and this was higher and now it's lower. Well, our body's going like this. And that's why Deborah and Jennifer and Pam have all talked about you have to look at patterns.
Yes.
You have to look at scans over time. Remember, you're not diagnosing a condition or a situation. You are looking at how your body's responding in the moment. And, a great thing, and it was one of our QLAs that wrote in once, it says, I love this new food sensitivity. I go to the restaurant to eat. I pull out my device. I just scan my food sensitivities. Takes 30 or 40 seconds. And it tells me the things that I probably should avoid.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? Doesn't mean that you're allergic to it. Doesn't mean that it's bad for you. It just means that maybe right now your body's not in a frequency state that would be optimum for digesting and breaking down certain foods. I know that they were really happy because they're not having the digestive issues, they're not having the bloating,
Right.
because they're following that guidance. I remember a few months back you were talking to me about when you were back east and you had, lobster every night?
Yep.
And then you went to order and your scan code says, no more lobster.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Yep.
the lobster. And I think it's really good because the whole idea of the AO scanner is to educate us.
Right.
Educate us in the moment, educate us over the time. So I hope that kind of answers that
I
question.
think so, yeah. And then a few others. We kind of got a little off
Ah,
track.
yeah,
but
a little bit.
I think the good thing to note though is to take it as information and gather the information over
Yep.
time. We always say, a good rule of thumb is 3 scans. Take 3 scans and compare them side by side and see what's consistent.
And not just 3 scans, but 3 scans at the same period of time each
Right,
day.
right.
So if you're scanning in the morning, make those scans in the morning. I think it's a good practice that over a period of a month, you've scanned 3 or 4 times in the morning, 3 or 4 times midday, and 3 or 4 times in the evening. Because your body is in that constant,
State of flux.
when
It's just like weighing
right.
yourself.
That's
Weigh
right.
yourself at the same time, in the same state every single day.
and you actually see that pattern.
That's right.
So,
Okay.
okay.
All right, next one. After my morning scan to see supplements, I hit a button and lost the screen. I had to scan again, and I got totally different supplements that were suggested less than a minute later. Please help me be able to explain to someone how this is credible if you get different results every few seconds.
Right. Okay. This is another really good question. And one that's really easy to get confused on.
Right.
So in this case, from what I understand, she did the scan, and for whatever reason, it didn't finish, or the whole report didn't come up. She had to rescan it. But it did come up with supplements before she had to rescan. When you're scanning yourself, especially when you're doing, a quick scan or an easy scan, specifically for looking at your supplements that you should take or that would resonate with you, look at it this way. Look at it like a math problem. Okay. So we did that initial scan, and it came up with all these mathematical numbers.
Which is literally what's happening.
Exactly what's
Yes.
happening. Yep. And then it analyzed those numbers and came up with, when it analyzed it against your supplements in your database, it added those numbers to that. And so now, if you total that up, you have a new number. Okay. Now, if for whatever reason the scanner bleeped and it didn't finish and you got to redo it, those numbers have already been calculated into your scan. And so for the next probably 30 to 40 minutes, those frequency numbers are still part of that equation. Okay, because it's expecting that's going to happen.
It's expecting
Yes.
that you took those supplements that it suggested.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so you went in and rescanned that same thing, and it's going to come up with a different set of supplements because that math now is going to be added with some more numbers.
Right.
And so that's why. Just like when we had somebody ask us once, well, if I scan an apple and then print that into my body, do I still need the apple? And the answer is absolutely yes. All this, by imprinting the apple in a frequency into your body, is you just alerted the body that this new frequency is going to come in and be prepared for and utilize it the best you can. So you'd still take the apple.
It's not giving you the nutrients, though.
Not giving you the nutrients, not giving you the fiber, it's not giving you those things. And so people say, well, then why should I even imprint it? Well, the reason is by imprinting it into your body or broadcasting that frequency into your body, you've now set up all the mechanisms in the body to when that apple does come in, it's going to best utilize that nutrient and all those things. So it's just making it better.
Yep, makes total sense. Okay, can someone explain, can you please explain how the scanner can scan us without the voice? For example, when you say let's say they're scanning for food sensitivities, how does it scan for food sensitivities using nothing, no voice, okay? It's kind of spooky to other people, and I'd like to be able to explain it.
Okay. Now remember, Einstein referred to these types of frequency imprints into the body as a spooky effect that happens from afar.
Did he really?
He used the word spooky.
That's funny.
All right, so remember on your inner voice, when we're recording your voice, we're looking at the emotional imbalances in the body, not necessarily the physical. So the voice is the emotional. Now, can emotions affect our food sensitivities? I would say probably yes, okay? But probably not as much as your chemistry. Okay. And so when you do a quick scan for, with the purpose of getting your supplements, it's just doing an abbreviated vital scan, basically is what it's doing. It's not the full vitals, it's an abbreviated one. That's why it's so quick. And it comes in and says, okay, with what we just looked at, these frequencies, your supplement frequencies match, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wonder if what's hard to explain to other people is how does a scanner know that it's me if I don't do anything, right? We like the exchange rate, right? So, we like to use our voice to get the scan back. We understand that.
Well, and obviously the voice is a very powerful part of the scanner because we know so much from the voice. But how do you explain? Okay. That is a little bit different. So the most important part of when you start to do a scan is to make sure that your profile is the right person, whether it's you or someone that you scanned last. If you're scanning you, you need to make sure that that profile is yours. At that point in time, the algorithms know that this is this particular individual. Okay, it's not somebody else or the spouse or a child or a friend, it's you. So that's already been established. And the more times you use your scanner, the more times that you scan yourself, that signature of you that's attached to your profile becomes stronger and stronger and more resolute. And so we don't always need the voice if we're just looking at what a supplement would be good for us at this time. Now, Shelby, you know this. Maybe we can share it with them. Things will become simpler to do when we're scanning for supplements over these next few months. And we'll talk more about that at Day of Discovery.
Okay, love it.
Okay.
All right. This is an easy one for you. You ready? These are all easy. You're breezing right through them. Where are the scans stored? On a cloud somewhere or in our devices?
Okay. That's an important question because that's a concern for privacy and HIPAA and all that stuff. So your scans are not stored in the cloud. We don't store them anywhere else. In fact, what even goes up to the cloud when you do a scan on your device, the only thing that goes up is the frequencies that we caught when we were scanning you. That's what goes up. There's no personal information about you. And then that comes back down. What is stored on the device is the last scan that was done. So if you did a vitals and a comprehensive and inner voice, that will stay until you rescan again. And you'll scan over. The only way you can save your scans is if you email them to yourself or to whoever it's going to.
If you don't do that, once they're gone, they're
gone.
Yep.
We don't store them anywhere.
Yep.
And
on purpose.
Even if we did store them, they wouldn't be attached to an individual. But we don't just because of the cost it would cost to store.
Right.
Okay.
All right, my scans typically show 5s on hair product toxicity, but recently was a 9 without changing any of the products I use. What would cause this?
Okay, so this kind of goes back to what we were talking about when you were eating lobster every day, and then all of a sudden it said no more lobster. Okay, so let's say you're using some, like you said in this case, hair products or skin products or any of those things. Sometimes the body says, you know what, I need a break. It's not necessarily that the 9 means that it's harmful to you. Just maybe you need to break it up. For example, my wife has 4 shampoos in the shower. I'm perfectly happy with one.
Right.
Okay. But she explained to me that her hair does better if every other day or every day she changes a different one. So the scalp and the residue that's left from those shampoos so she'll change. And I think that's what the scanner is indicating here is maybe it's a time for a change. Maybe we need to change things up. Maybe the skin's getting irritated a little bit so that's what it means. It just change it up.
Could it also be, I think, like you walk through a store and you get hit with, you walk down a certain aisle and you're like, oh my gosh, this smells like, for example, the cleaning aisle.
Yeah.
You walked out that aisle and you're in that aisle. Or, you ride in an elevator with somebody who has a lot of hair products or perfume or something like that. Could that affect you?
Absolutely. So my thing is the change. Just change things out. No matter, we get into ruts. I mean, I can go to the same restaurant every single day because that's my comfort. I mean, just go that way. But I think what my wife was explaining to me is, we need to change things up so that we don't become toxic from those things, or not even necessarily toxic, but to a point where our body just says, I need something different.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be alerted by that.
Okay. Perfect. All right. This one I'm excited to hear the answer to. How has the AO scanner affected your life on a personal basis? Would love to know.
Boy, personal is a big thing. So personal how? Well, obviously, when I was first introduced to the technology back in 2007 or 8, my whole perception of how we look at our body completely changed. As we acquired that technology and then later redeveloped that technology, rewrote that technology to what we have today, that whole period of time, that number of years, whatever that works out to be, my life's changed lots. Business changed. My path in my life has stayed the same, but it has become more focused. When my wife got hurt a year ago in Europe, we were able to sit down and immediately we did a quick scan of her foot, found out there was an issue with her foot, went to the doctor and found it exactly it lined up exactly. And so
kind of gave you peace of mind.
It gives you peace of mind in knowing that I can find out what's going on, or at least get an answer or a direction of where we need to go. So how does the AO scan affected my life? In all ways, I would have to say it's been good. It's helped me appreciate who and what we are. We are frequency beings, spiritual beings, whatever name you want to put to it, energy beings. And to be able to tap into that and ask a question and get an answer is remarkable. It's been remarkable for me. And to watch people's lives change that have the AO scanner the same. So how can I say that?
I think you've
said every single way.
You've said it so well.
Okay.
I love it. Well, we appreciate all that you've done to bring AO Scan out to all of us, and we wouldn't be here without you, so we appreciate that.
Thank you.
And it's very nice to have you on again today, and we will have Loran again in a few weeks, but let's do that soon. Does that sound good?
Yep, sounds good.
All right.
Loran, we're at the beginning of a year, and we focus on resolutions and things that we're going to accomplish.
Right.
I think let's take some time to look at, I like the idea of starting a new year. Let's focus on what we're going to do, how we're going to serve, how we're going to help, right? Other people. And to focus on what you can do to brighten somebody else's week this week.
Oh, I think that's good.
Because Bright actually has a tie to one of our products, of course, and that's the giveaway. Bright by Solex. Bright is this topical, right?
Yep.
Now, remind everybody, a lot of people may not, we haven't talked about Bright in quite a while.
No, we haven't.
But what is Bright for?
So Bright is one of those wonderful topicals that just helps bring collagen to the skin. It helps bring the color back to the skin. It's a food for the skin. It's a nutrient for the skin. And the reason it is because of the three main ingredients.
Okay.
That is the apple stem cell. Okay. And then you have the hyaluronic.
That's a hard word.
That is a tough word.
Yes, I say it backwards all the time.
Hyaluronic acid.
Yep.
And then vitamin C. And so
C.
those three in this formula put on, and especially when they add the illuminator to it, because that helps drive it down in and helps pull the collagen forward. It's just a wonderful way to brighten your face and brighten somebody else.
Oh, I love that. You know what is that? There's a secret ingredient in there.
Yeah.
It's a little Cybin bead that comes in. This airless pump actually has a Cybin bead that sits in there. So once you're done, you could actually unscrew the top and collect the bead and use the bead.
Yep.
You can charge it and use it somewhere else.
And one of the nice things too about all of our products, supplements, and this one included, is you can actually put it on your Cephi and imprint frequencies into it, like maybe focus or love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Any of those things, those frequencies are held, and the Cybin bead is one of those elements that helps those frequencies stay. So
perfect. So for this week, comment on the call. What are you going to do to brighten someone's week? Specifically, even by name. We love that. Let's focus outward a little bit. Yep. We're going to give away, of course, three
bottles of Bright.
Bottles of Bright next week in our drawing. Have a great week, everyone.
See ya.
One out of 4 people actually.
We're slaughtering this already by saying.
I think I want to start over, actually.
No, it's good.
Stop. I lost my train of thought there.
Oh, shoot.
Now I got to get my face color back.
These starts are so weird every time.
The awkward.
Yeah.